card and submit it, or I can do 1 month's billing, and then once you all review it, then I've talked to them and they would still give us a prorated discount starting the next month, if you're okay with
So
that.
the email service provided to the prosecutor's office was paid for year to year?
I don't know. But it's no more.
Right.
And so the service that I was going through is the same one I've been using on my own business forever, so I had a discount already.
Right.
So I was just adding users to it, is what I was going to do. And it's cheaper than buying a quote-unquote server. They just host it outside, I guess, you know, at a place. And it allows them to calendarize, and then our IT guy would hook us all into Outlook, and our system over there, the Carpel system, then allows all of the cases to be then put into our phones. That was the other thing I was going to ask you about. So I wanted to discontinue the use of the Sprint Nextel service, which you're not probably aware of because it's in one of those other weird places.
Right.
So I was going to, I spoke with Verizon, that's who I've used, and they are willing to give a county discount, as well as obviously no taxes and all of that stuff. If I had it sent to me as the county prosecutor, and I just sent it to the county address, and then I was going to set those attorneys out specifically so that they had calendar, everything would go kind of hand in hand. They'll keep their own personal phone to avoid any issues with the sunshine law, but I'll tell you that I will only have one phone.
Right.
So.
As far as the setting up the email goes, if we can do it month to month right now.
Sure. That's perfect. I just wanted to check.
You gentlemen concur that that would be the.
Yeah, I think we'll wait to see where we are at the end of this now.
Right.
Okay. And anything else, like I have bills that are coming in for letterhead and stuff like that, I would just wait and submit them at the end of the month. Is that correct?
Do they normally submit them?
We don't pay those in January till we
Okay.
the rest of the months, we review them twice a month
Okay.
since the budget's not approved.
But do I just submit them then?
Yes.
Like we just bought, obviously, letterhead with my letterhead, you know?
Yeah, there'll be deadline dates sent out by the clerk's office normally as to when bills are to be.
And I will tell you again, just so that you know, I realize that we all, you know, I have to kind of earn your trust, but we have been for years going through, evidently at the PA's office, the thick printing, and I called J&M Printing, which is a service I had used out of Moscow Mills, and saved $150 per 3,000 on our letterheads and like $90-some on our envelopes. So already a savings over the course of the year. So I'm just wanting you to know that anything I get, I'm going to rebid it so that.
And I think that's a good habit to get into, because sometimes you can get in what I'll call comfortable relationships.
Sure. Yeah.
And if the person that's providing these things to you is truly providing a fair price, they shouldn't have. I mean, they should appreciate the fact that as public servants, we are obligated to prove periodically that hey, we are making every attempt to safeguard this money.
Right.
So
Sure.
you can't go wrong by
And that's kind
shopping.
of the way I was hoping to do it. I won't do that initially on the IT service because I don't know the system, and I need the person that's familiar with it to come in. But once we kind of get our feet on the ground, I did want to talk to the treasurer if there are, as far as office supplies go. I understand that office has always kind of functioned on its own. I'm happy to, and if there's bulk purchasing available, if the county goes through a certain location to buy legal pads, copy paper, all of that stuff, I think we could probably really leverage our position, and I don't need to buy it separate. If there's just someone, you tell me what the portal is where I tell people what I need.
Right. Deanna, have you, let the record show I'm addressing County Auditor Deanna Culver, by the way. Have you unearthed any, I know the previous auditor had talked about a central purchasing setup.
I believe he had some type of agreement with Speedy Office Supplies. He's got the ability to order supplies online and everything through them, and they deliver. I'm not sure, I have not seen like a contract or anything
Right,
like
as
that.
far as negotiating a price on particular things.
And is there a specific number that we type in to be the county number or something if we were to go online?
I would have to, I don't have any idea yet, anything about that system.
I would recommend stopping in there, but right now I foresee we have an issue here without knowing more about it. I'm afraid that people can walk in Speedy Office Solution, give me a ream of paper, put it on the county.
I'll check in that today, see what we have going on.
See what type of security
Honey,
we have in place as far as making sure that only authorized purchases, and that the purchase, if a ream of paper is purchased, we can follow through and find out where it ended up.
Well,
Well,
right, a purchase order.
and we need to also make it clear to Deanna what our purpose is, what we're hoping our relationship with her will be, about purchasing agent, things like that. We haven't really
Right.
talked to her at all about that, or together about that, really.
Right, and we'll have to put that on our agenda to,
That's fine.
and it's going to be something that takes place with everyone. We need to have all the elected officials come down and,
Yeah, because that's,
clear
yes,
the
we're
air a
planning
little
on that,
bit.
but that hasn't been.
Okay, well, and what I'll do, because a lot of our stuff is obviously legal things that they may or may not carry, but may be able to get.
Correct.
So I'll take them a list of things that we're currently purchasing from someone else. If they're able to get it at a lower price, then we'll just start funneling it that way, and hopefully they will give a break to the county in general if we agree, or if you all come up with some contract that would say they were gonna be our one-stop shop.
Right, and I think we need to do a little research to find out how, I'm happy that it has taken place on a local level, but I want to make sure that we didn't just walk into Speedy Office Solutions and say, hey, you want to be the central purchasing point?
I agree.
Make sure that every
Very competitive.
that we arrived at that decision competitively.
Okay.
And if not, we'll have to rectify that.
And I can tell you just from my personal experience, I have shopped, I did that in my own business, and Speedy was generally competitive.
Right.
And they deliver and they're close. However, for me, they don't have a lot of the legal stuff, and I didn't order enough in the private practice to generate that.
Correct.
So even if it's something, even if they can do letterhead, I've just used J&M for a long time, they've been cheap.
Correct.
So if, I'm not married to anything, and I'll be happy to help facilitate any of that you need me to.
Right. Okay.
Anything
And I think that's the kind of discussion and commitment we need from the other department heads, because Mr. Volmert made an attempt to go through them to do this, but we still, each month in the bills, we're seeing a lot of items that probably could have gone through Speedy that were coming from other offices,
Right.
from other sources, and so it wasn't.
Right.
He made an attempt to get that more centralized, but it wasn't complied with.
Right, that's the Achilles heel of the commission form of government, because we can only suggest to people that this would be beneficial to the county. If each individual office holder wants to tell us where we can take our Speedy Office Solutions, they're within their rights. Professional, no. Best for the county, no. And that's why we want to have this type of dialogue to, make sure everybody is on the same page, and I think you are. We're here to serve the 58,000 or so people that reside in this county.
Correct.
This is going to sound like a pretty strong statement, but, convenient relationships of the past, we're going to examine all these things, and we're going to make sure that we're doing things in the best interest of the people. And I appreciate the fact that it appears to me that you have that, you're on the same page as us.
Well, right, wrong, or indifferent, I always try to look at it as it's my money and how I want to spend my own, so.
Right.
There's gonna be other departments, I'm sure, just as Leah said hers is, that has some specialized material that
Sure.
can't come through there. But I think we need to, as you say, recommend as strong as we can that any general type things go through the same thing if we can get a breakthrough.
Right.
And as a commission, we need to, again, relay to the auditor what our expectation does and things like that. So I'll say it again, we need to actually talk with her about this kind of stuff, but I don't think we have as of yet.
No.
We haven't.
No,
So-
we haven't. Okay, what else do you have?
I don't know.
Okay,
Sounds
obviously,
plenty.
is the, you know, I was just handed the preliminary budgets the day of the inauguration, or the swearing in, so I'm, you know, a little bit behind the curve. So as I catch up with the curve, I will be in contact with you so we can, get all of those details ironed out.
Okay, so I'll make sure that I touch base with you though later today and drop off the bid on the filing system
Correct,
so that we can execute as quickly as possible.
right.
Okay,
We will be out tomorrow at 1:30.
sounds great, thanks, Jeff.
Looking forward to working with
Thank
you.
you, me too.
And seeing George around.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Welcome aboard. Thank you.
George Dan Cole.
George Kennedy.
Nice to meet you.
Look forward to working with you.
Okay. 911, Margie Harrell, I apologize, was